Wednesday night. Hello. So Facebook wouldn't let it go live tonight on the phone. It said I don't have access I don't have permission to access this account, is what it said. Never mind, I'm the one that owns the account. I'm the only person on the account. Anytime you see a post from the account, it's always me. So what's up? Remember also, you guys, I don't know who you are from your YouTube names, most of you. For some reason, people are stupid, idiots, retard, I mean, whatever words you want to use. And you made different accounts with all different names. So there's no continuity between platforms. So I hope everybody's good. We made the first batch. This is the second or third batch of the EDC organizers have shipped. Any of you guys on here get shipping information today? Say, yes, I got shipping information today if you did. Because you'll leave a comment and I won't know what it's about. Large Raid gray webbing kit bags. Sorry, not kit bags, clothes bags. Those are online. Inventory's correct and locked. We're starting to lock down all the clothes bags. Medium OD clothes bags. Those are online. Shotgun cards, as always. Bunch of 8 sets. You won't get one until you order it. Every one of these is shipping to an order. Almost all of them were guys that ordered rigs also. These, I'm not sure what these are. Day of the Dead grocery bags. Typhon Day of the Dead grocery bags. There's only a couple orders. The rest are extras. These are ready to ship if you want one. Highlander 12 gauge. I think these are 12 gauge micros. Highlander 12 gauge micros will finish tomorrow. Here's another batch of EDC organizers here. The Highlander rigs, we should have those tomorrow. I think the cards are done for them already. So if you want one of those, hit me up, private message, Instagram, Facebook, send an email, and I'll put one in line. I'll put one online so that you can order it and be sure to get one. Or you can roll the dice and wait till the email goes out. Our text message goes out, I think, an hour before the email. So if you want time advantage on product, if you're always like, man, every time I see it, they're gone, get on our text messaging. Why do we do that? To force you, bribe you, coerce you into joining another method for us to communicate that can't be shut down. Perfect example, I can't live feed on Facebook tonight. We're here on YouTube. So that's why we do that. Shipping notification today. Right on. Kirby, what's up, buddy? Man, I don't remember what post you made today, but it was really fucking good. I remember seeing your post. That happens a lot, guys. I'll see a post and I'll mean to comment on it and I'll just be busy. Like I'll literally be feeding animals and I'll be back at the four-wheeler for a second. I'll see a notification. I'll click on it and my hands are dirty. Or I'll be in the truck and I'll have a laptop in my lap because it's a laptop. And I'll see a notification on the phone and I'll intend to go back. I see that happens a lot too. You guys that send me messages and stuff. To get a thumbs up from me, that's acknowledging that I saw it or okay or whatever. That even is rare. It's very rare. Most people message me, don't ever get anything back unless there's a specific question that has something to do with business in it. If it has something to do with business. So if you get a thumbs up, don't take it as being an asshole. Most people don't get anything. Video is much less glitchy. We hear all kinds of shit, man. All kinds of stuff. Guys were saying that when I broadcast on YouTube, I'm wiping this off. When I broadcast on YouTube from the phone, that the depth looks way bigger. People are like, man, I've been in your shop. It's not that big from how it looks. And then other dudes are like, holy shit, that place goes on forever. It kind of does. I've become desensitized to it. It used to be, you come in the front door way over there, right? We didn't have this stairwell here, and we definitely didn't have the badass spiral stair. You used to have to walk back for like a year. You'd walk fucking back here. When we first moved in, Jeff had a pedometer on. We were walking over 5 to 6 miles a day. And at the end of the day, I'm like, man, I don't know why my feet hurt. That's Jeff's like, we walked 6 miles, dude. Looks like I'm using a wider lens. Wi-Fi is glitching. John, the tube sock knot works as well, if not better, than the support from store with the screw down tension. Brian, I don't know what we're talking about, man. My pretty SOE Nation, stand up. My people at SOE Nation, what's up? For some reason, I can't expand the size of the text on here. Apparently I can move the camera, I can zoom in and out, which is nice, because on some of the platforms I can't. Chef will let us know if you're ever planning on being at SOE Functions. Josh has said are you talking to Josh? Is Josh on here? Josh had said he's not sure he's coming out because of the snow. I hope he does. I hope that can work out. If there's something we can do to help with that, we'll do everything we can possibly to help out with that. There is talk of, when I talked to Nicole last week, there's talk we're going to put a big circus tent outside here where all my cars are usually parked right there. We'll put them somewhere else. And we're going to put a big ass circus tent out there because we can heat it and control it out of weather. And then we've got the hay shed we'll clear out. We're probably going to put 3 sides on that right away. And then, maybe so we can run 3 or 4. And then in here, we're going to clear all of this out of here also. And then compress the gym equipment way back, nested inside itself. So we'll be able to run 4 different events, and people will be able to present more than once. How's going live on Getter? I don't know the answer to that. Can you go live on Getter? I've tried to go live on Locals, and I finally got it to do it once, but I've never been able to do it when I actually meant to do it. And the thing with Locals is, when Patreon started killing people's Patreon campaigns, Locals, it has a paywall. So if I wanted to do a members only thing where we could talk about anything we wanted, and you had to have a financial responsibility to join in, that does that. It's basically works as Patreon does without them firing. And like they deplatform guys on Patreon that literally killed their entire livelihoods. Staley, what's up? Last time I saw this part of the shop, there was a Mustang growing moss sitting there. There's still a Mustang. It's outside now. He just put new heads on it. It's ready to go, and he has an issue with some bearing in the Pro Charger, so it has to go back to Pro Charger. He has, I think, 1 more payment at this point on it, and it's paid off 100%. YouTube is I can do other things on my phone. I get it. Can you not on the others? Does it it closes down the live feed on the others? Tear your local 5G towers down. So they were supposed to go live tomorrow. The flight administration said that they're worried about it affecting the telemetry and flight software on planes, apparently. And I heard that Biden said today that they're going to turn them on the 19th. I'm very curious to see what that does. I'm going to be really disappointed, guys, if they turn that shit on and it doesn't make a bunch of zombies from the people that took the vaccines. Like, that's going to mean all these people that were pushing all this shit out there lied to you. They were wrong. They were wrong. I hope they're wrong. I hope they're wrong. The event February 2nd, full 2 days as website only shows. It is 2 days. It is 19th and 20th. We don't have the complete schedule. We still have people wanting to present different things. So the schedule is not completely nested. I don't know what time it will end on Sunday. We are going to allow camping on site. So come on in. It very well could snow. It could ice. That's your responsibility. If you can do foul weather camping, hot tent, you cannot bring a camper here. You can't bring a trailer here. You can bring a rooftop tent, anything else you want to bring it. Ground radar also messed up by 5G. Just watch the video with Bad Freezer. I repair a lot of the equipment that is sold to restaurant from the Webstaurant store. The manufacturer has sent out an entire new compressor tray. So not just the compressor, the whole assembly. It's under warranty. They're sending it out, and I've got a dude that has repaired all of my fridges and stuff. Same with True. I have a bunch of True, not a bunch. I have 4 True commercial fridges and freezers. Same ones you see in Dollar General and Walmart. And every time we've had one of those go out, we have talked to them. They sent us a brand, which I'm fucking thank God they did, because it's $3,600 for the unit. They send you the toolkit and everything you need to do it. Fastest way to make money sewing. Any suggestions? Like your videos. You want to make money? Don't sew. If you're not making money, you don't have your audience, and you're not there yet. Me making money is more about social media than sewing. If you really pushed me and I had to pick one thing that really was my job title, CEO, fucking designer, whatever, really the majority of my day is marketing, social media marketing, social media stuff. Has been for a long time. If you're getting into sewing to make money, you're never going to make money. It's not a money-making thing. I just did it and chipped away. See, when I was out skiing, I was thinking of things the whole time I was skiing that I wanted to get home and build. When I was out diving, scuba, or I was out kayaking, or I was spear fishing, or I was free diving, or I was cliff diving, every trip, I would look forward to getting there, but I would look more forward to going home and working on my sewing machine. Fucking banging bitches all the time. While I'm fucking chicks, I was thinking about working on my sewing machine. I held a job and did work in order to buy things and buy equipment and buy material to be able to sew. I just persevered and stuck it out long enough. You want to make money, you have it a lot easier than we did. When I rolled up to my first shop, that Dwayne talked me into getting a shop and splitting it with him and Strider Knives, which really meant, hey, we're going to pay 10% and you're going to pay 90%, and you're going to pay the thousands of dollars a month for the long distance phone calls, and you're going to pay for electricity, and you're going to pay for the beginnings of internet. When I rolled up to the shop, I ran out of gas in my Blazer. I slept in the shop for over a month on a couple of ISO mats and a poncho liner, and I ate MREs that I traded with Marines. So, ideas to make money, fucking jump on everybody's nuts, learn to use hashtags, search popular search terms, find things people are building that appear to be selling, and then sell them. Now, I always thought when I started, my competitors, and they didn't see me as a competitor, not at first, Eagle, Blackhawk, London Bridge. The owner of Eagle was cool to me. The owner of Blackhawk was a complete little cunt. Complete cunt. Talked shit about me to my employees, told my employees what's it like working for no money, what's it like working with no money, shit like that. That was Mike Knoll. So I perceived them as being my competitors, so we built kind of what they built. We looked at their stuff, and I built it better. I built it so it wouldn't fail. We were at Blackhawk's booth, a couple of different shows, and people we knew, like they had all their stuff up on the wall, their subloads and shit. And my guy was pulling on the front pouch, not like being an asshole trying to break it, but it broke. Like the whole front of an MP5 subload, he ripped the mag pouches off of the panel. They just sew their panel and sew through it. We take it and quilt it so it's 1-inch squares. That makes it stiffer. That makes it ride better. They put one leg strap, we put two. Our leg straps are built so they're removable and replaceable. Their leg straps have a piece of elastic at the front that the buckle runs through that cuts it. The buckle cuts that elastic. Ours is sewn into webbing, and then towards the back of the leg, we have two pieces of elastic sewn independent. So if somehow you cut one, there's still a secondary layer there, so you're still capable to use that piece of equipment. It's mission capable, right? And we put it towards the back of the leg because that's where you're most likely to catch the least amount of abrasion. So we built our stuff better. But I had the perception that they were bigger and had been around longer. So to get people to buy my stuff, I had to charge less for it. I undercharged. My motto for the last 20 years has been be the most expensive. I'm not trying to be Ford. I'm not trying to put a Mustang in everybody's driveway. We want to be Ferrari. And if I want you to buy my shit, I'll call you and fucking ask you to buy my shit. So you have to have you want to make money, be the fucking best. And if you don't believe you're the best and you're questioning it, then you're not the best. I know that's not really what you were asking for. I also don't know what your equipment capabilities are. I don't know what your capabilities are. Josh, Winnie, how many businesses go out of business in the first year? How many businesses start business and go out of business in the first year? Josh comes from the restaurant industry, but business is business. Most business principles are the same. I've always liked London Bridge, but honestly think they started copying you a few years ago. They make a lot of odd bags with multiple Gucci cameras. So a lot of that comes, you guys might not know, Chris Costa works with LBX, which is their kind of sister company. That's their offshore brand. It's just trend, right? I had a conversation today, Bear and I, for a couple hours, and he had said, like Ranger Green. And I laughed. And I go, we won't make anything fucking Ranger Green. And he's like, yeah, we ran this because everybody said they wanted it. I go, let me guess. You have a bunch of Ranger Green. And I don't remember if he said he does or he had it for a long time. I said, our number one bestseller is Multicam Black. And he goes, see, people say Multicam Black, but I figured it was just, those internet guys. I go, the smallest amount of people will make the most amount of noise. Think about it. How many of you guys know transvestites? The transvestite people I have met in real life, they're not squealing, making all the noise. How many of you, it's the look at me, look at me, look at me. And that's the Ranger Green crowd, right? It's the OD guys. There are guys that will buy olive drab. There's a whole fucking tactical gear group for nothing but OD green shit. You can't post anything in the group that's not olive drab green. There's 3,000 people. Look at groups for Multicam Black. There's fucking 500,000, 2 million people in some of them. So when we make a new product, we put it up, we load it up, and we populate it, and we let you guys order whatever fucking color you want. Hands down, our number one bestseller is Multicam Black, followed by Multicam Black Red Thread, followed by Multicam. And then it does all the other colors, right? Cigar cases. We just built like 200 Multicam Black cigar cases. Those were all for orders. We just did like 120 Multicam Black Red cigar cases. And then it was followed by, I think, like 50 Multicam cigar cases. We had one person ordered a Typhon Pink. We had a couple people order Typhon Tiff Blue. We had a few people order Typhon Blue. That's a few. That's 3 customers ordering that combo. And then we had surprisingly, we had a chunk, 25 or so order black. That's a big percentage for black. Black usually doesn't sell like that. But that's why London Bridge does that shit. Because it is neat. They have a lot of guys on staff. They create jobs. They hire a lot of disabled veterans that can't sew or can't do things. So they literally have them stapling on Velcro. So that the sewer at the station doesn't have to take the Velcro and put it in place. All she does is put it on the pattern machine. A lot of people in the sewing industry are button pushers. They don't have skill. They run one machine that does one thing, it clamps down, and it just fucking does the pattern. They don't make that pattern. The automated machine does. So they hire guys that use sticky glue and put the Velcro in place or staple it in place. They have hired a lot of prior service guys. They have a lot of money because they do a lot of government contracting, and because they do government contracting, they get government grants. They get military bases. When Caleb, wanted to move Multicam, they gave him a Navy, but they gave him a couple of buildings on a Navy base. We don't chase contracts. We're in the middle of nowhere, especially now. We're in the middle of nowhere. Labor is my issue. But back to the dude asking what to sew stuff that people will buy. But then the other thing is, what puts most companies out of business? You can put all your money into flashy marketing and shit, but if you can't scale your product, and cut and sew shops are horrible. We make everything in-house. We don't use anybody else. We have tried. We will send samples. Hey, this is what it looks like. I'll build it in 10 different steps of the build. Here's how I need you to build it. I'll give specific detailed instructions on how to assemble it. I'll have videos on how to do it. And when we get the product back, it never looks like we built it. When we hire new girls and we put them on real product, she has to be able to sew her item and throw it in with my item and Miranda's item and everybody else's, and we can't tell the difference. If we can tell the difference, you're not ready to sew product yet. So can you scale? So a lot of guys are like, I'll build this thing and then I'll have somebody else build it. I get emails every week, every other day probably. Hey, will you build this bag, right? I have this idea for a bag. Will you build it and wholesale it? Dude, I can't fucking make my own bags, much less build yours and give you a part of it. So the answer is no. Cut and sew shops. Most cut and sew shops, like the magic number, if you're going to order from them, is 300. And that's a small cut and sew shop. So can you sell 300 in one color? And you don't get to pay for those once you sell them. You have to pay for them when you order them. So what's your capacity? What's your capability? I'm not saying you can't do it. You might be able, and you could definitely do it faster than I did it. But 5 years is the magic number. We were talking about that today. Like, if you can fucking sustain and pull no money out of your company, that means it doesn't pay your rent, it doesn't buy your jet ski, it doesn't fucking put a gym in your garage, right? It doesn't do any of that shit. It just goes to growing the business. If you can do that for 5 years, you'll have a multi-million-dollar company. If you do it right. Great info on the reality of outsourcing. Yeah, outsourcing's fucking... some guys can get away with it, but what's your margin, right? We don't touch a product. If I sell a product, I'm doubling my money on it. I don't have a 30% margin. There's products that I would like to sell. There's not enough margin on them, so we don't touch them. I put the money into other things that double the money. Crayons, you and one other person. I didn't see what he said. I was being facetious. I'm a huge Mandrake fan. Mandrake doesn't sell. Like, we built it, we ran it. We ran, batches of stuff, and then it sat here. So when we would do a video, it looked like we were running tons of Mandrake stuff. And it's not that we were running it, it's that it didn't fucking sell. Guys weren't buying it. Holding out for the cash money print. Yeah, man, we don't have it. It's not available. You want the truth of the matter? I wanted to have it ran. It was going to be $6-7 grand to have the fucking die lot run, and they were going to run a bunch of it and put it up for sale by the yard on the back end. I didn't run that so that other dudes couldn't buy it. That's legitimately the reason I don't have it. It's because I'm the dude that was going to front up all the money, and they were going to fucking add on the coattails rather than sending me the whole order, and it would let a bunch of other dudes who fucking build shit that look real similar to, like, guys that straight fucking caught, like a kid that I really didn't do it because there's a kid that used to work for me that stole a bunch of patterns and stole a bunch of material and shit and fucking builds designs that are identical to mine. I didn't buy it so that he couldn't get it. That's why we don't have cash print. That's the real answer. Foliage, yeah, foliage was long gone. We were buying foliage for $1 and $2 a yard. Foliage is better than green. It looks like gray, but it really works out in the wild. When you get it next to green, it takes on that green hue. On the Pantone scale, it is I think, a green. Restaurants constantly pop up, and within 6 months, there's a realtor sign. Yeah, man. And you can go into a lot of those. Well, some of them are financed, right? So they don't own the appliances. But some of them own the appliances. You can go in and buy the appliances cheap. If you're building a house, you should put commercial appliances in your house. I have a stove in here that's fucking better than any Wolf or Viking range you could possibly put in your house. My fucking stove in here, I don't remember who makes it. Maybe it is a Viking. I don't think so. It'll melt pans. Like, it'll literally fucking melt a pan. And then for your sink, don't put in a cute little fucking sink. Put in a 3-bay dish sink. If you've ever used a commercial sink with an overhead, spring-loaded fucking sprayer, man, you'll never fucking cook at home again. Tell your son experience come up and how, and I don't know who was asking. The dude asking about what product to build to make money. It's just what your niche is. Like, what is your audience? If you're a fucking drag strip guy and you're at the racetrack all the time and people know you, and find a need. Find a need that'll get you the attention. Build the thing they need, and then sell onto it. Ad sell. Why do we put Velcro on everything? Because guys buy patches. I don't have to build patches. We have somebody else build patches. Why do I sell stickers? Because guys add them on. They like the patches. They like the things we're saying. Why do we sell shirts? Because I don't have to make shirts. But you have to have a brand, otherwise people won't buy your shirts. It kind of has to ebb and it has to grow all at the same time. But what I was going to ask is, what do you make currently? Like, what do you do? How many sewing machines do you have? Use the knot tube sock over top of sword tin. Oh, got you. Got it. I see what you're saying. ATAC's website, and it looks like they are coming out with a new LE camo. I don't know about that. I'm pulling all my ATAC shit off. A friend of mine owned half of ATAC's. He has pulled out. He is no longer partners in ATAC's. I literally put ATAC's all over my walls so that we would shoot videos against it so that my friend would see the videos. I should have done the whole garage in multicam black. Do you have a bag that would be good for fire starting equipment? That just depends what your fire starting equipment looks like. I mean, you look at Dave Canterbury and he wears his shit around his neck, right? Do you carry it in a cargo pocket? Do you carry it in that little change pocket in your Levi's? Do you carry a backpack? Like, what is your fire starting equipment? Does it include pitch and kindling and fucking a jar of Vaseline? Like, what is it? Our toiletry bag would probably be great for a fire starting kit. If you're really good and you're a minimalist guy, fucking our little flat packs would be great for a fire starting kit. Matt Christopher, what's up, buddy? Jesse James made his first $1 million selling ghetto shirts in his garage so he could quit working for Boyd Cotton. Yes, he did. He made his first $1 million. The deal happened in a bar, and it was over selling his shirts in Walmart, if I remember correctly. Buying restaurant equipment is a great tip, cookware-wise. Look at fancy top-tier department stores and compare that stuff with restaurant buy. See a market change in 5. John, do you see a market change in 5 years and companies like yours will have to adapt to? I think you're not going to be in business in 5 years. Not the way you are. You should prepare, like, it's hard for me to tell you what you should do, and that's really what you're asking. I have spent the last 5 years building a farm and a homestead and incorporating my life into everything that's the business so that we could transition. If you had civil unrest, if the power went out, we've spent the last year setting ourselves up for if the power went out. And it's not to sow this shit. It's everything else. Like, we will convert this building straight to something else in under 24 hours and still be fully operational. It comes and goes. If it's Democrats, right? It's war on drugs or it's war on terror. It goes back and forth. The color of the gear changes. But I went probably 10 years ago when I saw Oakley making cool ass backpacks with metal. The money is in the lifestyle shit. You got to get shot up to get in the rap game. Who's the best rappers? Well, maybe not now. They haven't all been shot. But it used to be in the rap game, you had to get shot up, right? You had to have street credit. Our street credit was that we made gear for guys that killed bad guys. Because of that, in the early days, That's what was in magazine print. The magazines aren't the gatekeepers anymore. You could go to any fucking gun store, any Walmart, pick up a magazine, and SOE would be in there somewhere. We don't have to do that anymore. So we build the same stuff and we put colored thread in it. Why does a woman buy so many shoes? The same reason a dude buys so many bags. How does a guy have 20 orders for belts? Because he wants different colored belts. We put the colors in there. Most guys starting out cannot sew colored thread. They can't make it straight. They can't do it. And you can't do it on a production scale. That's why you don't see big companies putting fucking colored thread in shit. Because it takes 3 times longer. We do not have solar yet. I'm coming through there in May. Can I stop by and buy some? Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Everybody listening, how many people are on here right now? 116. That's a decent number. I haven't seen that on a YouTube video before. Because when we used to do Facebook, anybody on my Facebook lives when we used to have 3,000 and 5,000 people, it happened all the time. But quit showing it to people when we went live. They unsubscribe people. I have 700,000 people on my Facebook page. I've had 700,000 for over 6 years. There's 25,000 subscribers on my YouTube page. That number hasn't grown in over 7 years. They unsubscribe people all the time. So we're having a get together. We're having a prepper fest, prepper con, prepper conference. If you've been to one of my parties, it's like that, but a little more organized. You'll get a lot more time to talk one-on-one and talk to whoever you want to talk to, right? You're going to meet people. It's networking. February 19th and 20th. You should try to come to that. While you're here doing that, you should plan to take a class at Tactical Response. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. We'll bring the smoked string cheese. Don, right on. I love the smoked string cheese. Jesse said that his worst deal years later with Walmart. Yeah. I've met Jesse James a few times. He's commented on some of my posts and stuff. Pocket organizer would be great. A pocket organizer would be great for a fire starter. Order an EC belt in mid-November. Are you still having problems getting... Dude, I don't have those conversations out public because when I answer your question, 800 other assholes are going to ask the same thing. They're going to send the same. Take your confirmation email and reply to it. Take your confirmation email and reply to it. There are no tan buckles. I don't have any 175 buckles. I don't have any D-ring buckles. If you have an EDC belt, which is what I think you just said, reply to your confirmation email. I'm scrolling back, guys. I'm scrolling back through the comments here. Jen, you'll be the one in. They're moving pretty quick here. Surprised Jesse doesn't order bad. He has SOE gear. Jesse James has some of our stuff. He's posted photos of it. Facebook's messed up. Facebook's a fucking wreck lately. It all happened at the same. Remember when Facebook went offline? When that shit all happened? When it popped back up, it was completely different. And that's about the same time Instagram started pushing all their stuff to videos. The CEO came out months ago and said, we're no longer a photo sharing platform. It's all videos now. So you have to do videos. If you're not doing videos and you're not doing stories and reels, you don't get any traction. Love to get down there someday and see the Come on. What are you waiting for? All you guys that talk about I'd love to get down there, and then in the same thread, you're like, society is going to end, the overlords, right? I actually believe that shit. You're going to soon be at a point where you can't travel. Watch what just happened in Europe. Watch what's happening in Canada right now. I've told you guys over and over, you are 6 months behind that. It's actually faster now. Listen to Tim Pool and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Listen to the fucking doctor that was just on Rogan. Listen to what these dudes are saying. Listen to Tim Pool's, some of his videos from today. They just passed all kinds of crazy shit in fucking France right now. You better watch what's fucking happening. You do not find it odd, right? This isn't a U.S. problem. This is a world problem that they've created here. And if you notice, they don't care which shot you take as long as you take some shots. They don't even care if it's a combination of shots. Do you not find that weird? We don't know what's in them. You can't know what's in them. We don't know what the long-term effects are. You have how many? 300 NFL players have died of cardiac conditions in the last year. Over 1,000, I think it's 1,000 world-class soccer players have died since taking the vaccinations. But your government and governments around the world, they don't care which one. Don't you think that's odd? You can just take a combination of whatever as long as you get your stamp in your passport book, right? In your international business machine card. Ask James if he's training in Chattanooga. I like the guys who ask James if he's training in Chattanooga. I haven't even seen that. I love Chattanooga, man. I go to Chattanooga I go to Chattanooga quite a bit. It's not too far to drive, and it's just a totally different scene. I love the area there. Yeah, the Great Reset's already happening. You guys don't even fucking realize what is every single, and it's not like they vote on this shit and then you find out about it. They do it, and then when guys start getting arrested and shit, you find out that it happened already. And it's happening every day. They are fucking actively doing this shit. Event 201, man, it's so far beyond Event 201. Event 201 war-gamed exactly what they're doing. And then Klaus Schwab came out and said the greatest threat is that of an attack on the internet. They telegraphed their punch, right? By the way, Klaus Schwab, you know, the head of the IMF, right? International Monetary Fund. The Great Reset. Have you seen the pictures of him with nipple clamps and high heel shoes and a mesh skirt and a bikini out on the beach? Have you seen that? Heart attacks in European soccer players up 240. Goddamn, dude. Miscarriages up how many? 400%? Miscarriages up 400%? Beautification filters auto added on phones and apps right now. Guy was on Rogan talking. I'll take a beautification filter. Do I look more beautiful? A lot of guys came out of Cal. Yeah, tons of dudes. Tack. Okay, so Tack 556. I think, are you the sew guy that was on there? The comments are moving pretty fast. What do you sew and how many sewing machines do you have? The 5G might cause some blackout. Maybe. You got to remember, right? There's my truth, your truth, and then the real truth. All these guys talking about 5G and it's going to create fucking zombies. I hope they're wrong. I guess we'll see in a couple days. There's both sides. It's both sides. This is perfectly healthy for you. Nothing's going to happen. And then you've got the opposite side that in 90 days, you're going to see a massive die-off. In 6 months, you're going to see a massive die-off. New Year's, you're going to see a massive die-off. It's crying wolf. When you don't see the massive die-off, you start ignoring it. Now, I saw something the other day, and I sent it to a few people, and they had other information along with it. Your death rate between 18 years and 46 years old, I believe, according to, it cited some life insurance company. The death rate in the United States is up 400% right now. Why are you not hearing that? Why are they not screaming that from the rooftops? The death rate of 18-year-old males, I think it was 18-year-old males, 18-year-old to 46, is up 400% in the last 2 years. Now they're going to blame it on COVID. No, I think it was the last year. They're going to blame it on COVID. Well, it was the COVID that killed them. Really? Because I'm pretty sure it was the vaccination that killed him. Pancake mix. I have a lot of pancake mix. I do. I have a lot of fucking Bisquick and I have a lot of pancake mix. And we take it and we actually put it in other things. Like we seal it up better. Facebook trend for the 10-year thing now. All of that used facial recognition. Yeah, you remember when all those people were like, take your picture, see what you'll look like when you're 50. They were cataloging you. Life insurance payouts up 40% in Q3. There we go. Heart attack in European soccer players up 243%. Another big soccer player just passed. I saw it this morning. Am I still able to send a couple belts back to get sized if I send $20? No, it's 20. It's 25. You need to send an email no matter what. The price has gone up. My shipping has gone up. All my materials have gone up. It's $30, I think, for a rebuild is what we're charging, and that's per belt. And that's cash. That's not a check. That's not a credit card. You send dollar bills, and you need to communicate with us prior to doing that. And we will totally take care of them. John, they killed Betty White to distract us and punish us. I'm pretty sure Betty White was fucking insidious and shady and part of the fucking elite program. Whose sister? Who is Betty White supposed to be sister with? How many times had Betty White been to Epstein Island? I don't know the answer to that. That's why I'm asking you. Betty White joked about drinking the blood of virgin children several different times. Who did Betty White run around with when she was younger? Yeah, Betty White was 99 years old. Talking to a friend of mine, he said fresh water sharing is the largest food additive in food and animal foods. Fresh water sharing. I don't know what we're talking about there. We killed our own turkey for Christmas and cooked it. Our turkey came out finished weight, dressed out, 24 pounds or so. Do you know that over, I want to say 50% of your weight of a turkey in a grocery store is water? They inject it with salt water. Do I own my own gym? I do. I do have my own gym. All the facial rec. I'm thinking of Vaxxed will take out enough to get close to the Georgia Guidestones. Then why aren't they falling? Why hasn't it happened? What's the catalyst? There's a lot of theories on that. They're injected. I just saw a crazy fucking video the other day, and the lady was saying there's 3 different batches, and they can, if you can get your batch number, they've correlated the people who have died and the injuries to certain batch numbers, and they're still using those batches. What kind of workout do I do? I do all kinds of shit. Mostly I do cardio every morning. Sometimes I'll do it a second or even third times a day. Sometimes I'll be in here working and I just need to not be here working for a minute. So I'll come out here and just bust out some sets of whatever, right? It can be back, biceps, triceps, legs, whatever I want to do at the time. I don't lift heavy anymore. I have some injuries accumulated over the years, but I lift a lot, right? So my warm up for almost every day, I'll warm up with bands, and I'll do push-pull with different weight bands, right? That's what these are. That's what these bands over here are. And then I'll do, like my warm-up for shoulders is 5 pounds. But I'll do 20 reps, you know. So front raises, side raises, rear raises, And that's a 50 rep set of all of those, right? And then I'll do 10s, and then I'll do 15s. So that's 150 reps before I work out for real. And then I just do a lot of different, I do a lot of Dana Lynn Bailey's workout plans. She's like, you know, massive shoulders. So I'll take her shit and just do whatever she's doing that day. If I'm super sore, you know, maybe I'll skip a day or whatever. I've got a Concept 2 rower. I've got a AMT trainer up there, which is a cross between a stepper and an elliptical. I have a stair stepper right here, a treadmill, a step mill. I have a full-size treadmill up there. And then all this stuff. And then I'm always buying more pieces of gym equipment. Injuries happen when you train. My injury started when I was 20. And like everything I have right now is a more reoccurring injury of the other. And it's always when I think that I'm feeling better, I'm like, I'll test, you know, I'll bench. I'm like, oh, I'm benching, you know, 135, no problem. And then before you know it, I'm benching 225, no problem. And then pop. And it's always a day when I'm super warmed up and I'm not feeling any, you know, I'm set really good. My shoulder blades are pulled together. My arms are set in right. Everything's perfect. I feel strong. I'm going. And every time I've been injured, it's always coming back down in weight. It's never doing anything crazy. So I just do higher reps, less weight. Why abuse it? Catching up with me at 40. I know some vets that think otherwise on the anthrax vax. I know fucking there's a lot of okay, how about this? The government gave you guys a bunch of drugs and you don't know what's in them. Right? You can't get a tetanus shot anymore. You can't get just tetanus. Everything's mixed. It's compounded with other shit. So the government gives you guys a bunch of shots. You get out of the government, but the VA wants to take your blood every year. What are they looking for? Does the VA do such a good job at taking care of our people with their health issues? No. You guys are a fucking science experiment, and they want to fucking keep tabs on their science experiment. Did you keep? I have a couple snakes. Ever powerlift? No, I never powerlifted. I think I'm going to put a full-size Rogue cage in here, though, and get rid of this this fucking Smith machine. It moves vertical and horizontal. If anybody wants to buy this, get with me. Star Trek. It's fucking, I don't know, $3,600 cage, I think. I've got this compact T-bar row also that I need to get out of here. Can you change your order? No. No, you can't. I don't even know what your order is. You should be more vague. Injuries happen. I get up, I hurt every day. You're not going to hear me fucking piss and moan and complain about it. I get 2 90-minute massages every week. I've got a sauna. I'm adding an ice bath. I'm going to try that for lowering some inflammation. Do 20 minutes in the sauna and then straight into the ice bath. I'm going to try some of that shit. I have access to a cryo chamber. I'm looking, not seriously looking, but starting to look into a hyperbaric chamber, some oxygen therapy. Keep the mandrake. I don't know what you're even talking about, buddy. I don't know what product. I don't know if it's too late. Reply to your confirmation email. That's where that always starts. But my answer is fuck no, you can't change it. Because if I tell you to do it, I'm going to get fucking 400 other assholes second guessing their orders, and they're already in motion. So the way that happens is you reply to your confirmation email and we have a conversation through the internet. Yep, I heard every day I need to look at the massage thing. It helps, man. It helps. And Josh found a massage therapist at one of his physical therapy, when he was doing physical therapy for something. He met this lady. And she came down and we started having her work on us and working on the employees. She'll do like 15 to 30-minute massages on the employees once a week. And I have her, she comes here twice a week and works on me and Amanda. And it fucking helps, man. It helps. It really does. What's my diet? I love pastries. I'm a fat kid at heart. I'm not real fat. I have some fat. My diet, I am not carnivore. I am not keto. I eat a lot of meat. I eat high quality meat. I'm starting to eat higher and more meat and less. But I like fucking muffins, man. I like fucking pastries. I like donuts. I'll buy them, eat them for a day, and then throw them out. And if they're not here, I won't eat them. Freshwater shrimp, an additive to food. I don't know what we're talking about. I miss having a sauna to use. Got banned from my health club because of the mask bullshit. Yeah, somebody's like, you're going to SHOT Show. And I go, no, I don't go places where I have to wear a mask or be vaccinated or have had any of my freedoms taken from me. Fuck no, I'm not going to SHOT Show. All of you should not go to SHOT Show. You shouldn't go anywhere that has that. Go to freedom events, places where they are free. Look up Attila's Gym. Ian Smith Fitness. Look them up. Start going places they go. You will find there are a lot of motherfuckers there with a lot of money, and you can network, and you can be around better fucking people. Hang upside down will help 20 minutes a day. Man, I think there's something to that, right? Are you talking about like inversion table? Hostess Twinkies top shelf. Would Scully do a Skype once a week? I don't think so, man. I offered Scully, I'm like, name your price. We'll record one day a week. He's like, I don't do podcasts. Give Alaska a shout out. I always joke about living in Alaska in a school bus. I like the Alaska TV shows. Okay, what's your diet, guy? I now see that you've asked that 100 times. What's the correct answer for you? What's your diet? Are you catching salmon out of the streams and eating them raw? I'll do that with you. Are you eating fucking awesome elk meat? I'll bet you are. I hope you are. I think there's probably something to the liver stuff, right? The organ meat. You hear Rogan talk about it. This Liver King guy showed up, says some good shit. Maybe it's not all correct. Maybe some of it's hype. Maybe it's monetization. But he's saying a lot of shit that makes sense. Like you should get sun on your skin. You should walk barefoot. You should have your feet connected to the earth for 20 minutes a day. Not concrete, the earth. You ever done a front sight course? No. I have friends that worked out there. I have never been out to front sight. I got a buddy that's out there in Pahrump still that just opened a gun shop. You should check him out. John Ledbetter, I think is his name. And I actually know him in real life. I eat taco meat. That's why his wife doesn't buy the pastries. Amanda would rather me be fatter. Amanda doesn't want me at a low body fat. Amanda actually does sneak in like pies and stuff. Have I ever eaten moose heart? I have not. I am not opposed to it. I got a buddy, he's got a butcher shop. We're starting to bring liver and heart meat in, for the dogs. A lot of these guys eat it raw. I know a lot of people, Amanda said a lot of people to consume liver, freeze it in little ice cubes, like quarter size ice cubes, and they just use that. They put it in their smoothies or they just swallow it whole. I need to go on the Rogan podcast. I don't have anything to be qualified to be on the Rogan podcast. I'm a dude busy doing stuff, but I'm not like Rogan has way better people every day, more that have a more important shit to say on a Rogan podcast. Hostess fruit pies. We tried to buy, so on International Pie Day, when we ran the discount code, my intention was to go buy 900 Hostess pies. We couldn't find Hostess pies or anything like it to save our lives, man. Even Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken is our doctor, for you guys that don't know that. Are you talking about Ken Berry? Heard ostrich meat is good. I've had ostrich meat. Do heart like ahi tuna for humans, but super heavy metallic taste. Dogs keep dewormed. They can eat anything. We feed our dogs a lot of meat. You an interesting cat. Oh, interesting cat. Who are some of the presenters in February? Nicole. Nicole is presenting. If you don't know who that is, you should figure that out. I'm sure Jacob Herman will be here speaking. Dr. Barry is speaking. Neethi Bali is coming in. Kevin Dixie from NOC Firearms Training is coming in. I'm unclear as to whether James will be or not. He has John Farnham in town that weekend. Man, there's a fucking list of them. There's people presenting that I don't even know what some of them do. I don't even know them. But Nicole, they're in Nicole's network, right? There's kind of like our side that's like all the tactical guys, and then there's the homesteading prepper group. And these guys are like the top in their industry. And then you have people from the Rogue Food Conference, which is Joel Salatin, Polyface Farms. Like he's not coming here, but Neethi, that's her deal, Food Church. So, how's Jaeger doing? Other than his voice, you wouldn't know anything is different. James was here last week for a couple hours. We hung out. Everything's fucking like normal. I grew up using chicken livers and catfish bait. Yeah, I bet. Quail and pigeon and dove hearts, cooked black and blue, are amazing. If we're going to do that, why not do chicken hearts? It seems like they'd be a lot easier to get a hold of. John, do you still see Pierre? Pierre is actually one of my best friends. And you know, your best friends kind of go back and forth by how much time you spend with them. So that can, you know, change as you grow or things change or you just not in contact as much. Pierre is one of my best friends. And I had dinner, I sat down with Pierre a couple weeks ago. And I'll just like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I'm on my way home. I'm like, hey, we're over here at this restaurant. You want to come by and just fucking hang out? I'll eat again. Like I'm eating right now. So just know that when you walk in, but I will order more food and eat with you. And Pierre's like, I'll be there in 15 minutes. Like I see Pierre I don't see Pierre as often as I would like to, but I speak to Pierre very frequently. We're just both fucking busy doing different things. Yeah, like why talk about Jaeger because something bad might be happening? If you weren't talking about James before, why are you now? Why is it all of a sudden important to worry about him? Like, you want to talk to James? Fucking why weren't you talking to James all along? James, you know, does a live feed every Wednesday, right? Jump on there and fucking listen, interact. Fucking add value is the most important thing, right? Add value. Is sleep getting more important to you as you're older? Chemicals are getting more important to me as I'm older. I take chemicals to wake up. I take chemicals to stay awake. I take chemicals to go to sleep. I really don't. I haven't taken anything to go to sleep in a long time. I had some gummies that had, you know, CBD or maybe something else in them. They put me to sleep, but I don't want to wake up in the morning. They make me sleep longer. They don't make me sleep faster, right? I need to fall asleep faster. and wake up wide-eyed. And I find the best thing for me to do that, I use a lot of stimulants through the day. I don't use anything to go to sleep anymore. When I take stuff, I was taking Gero Laboratories, I was taking Run Everything Labs, I was using First Forms sleep aid. I take it, but I don't like it. It actually, I feel like it keeps me awake now. I used to take it, I'd fall asleep really hard for a few hours and wake up early, right? 4:30 is when I want to wake up, but I'd find I'd wake up at 3:30, ready to go, and would get up. I've tried not drinking. I'm like, okay, I'm going to cut out all alcohol because inflammation, right? Shoulder hurts. Got some shit going on in both my shoulders. So I'll go 2-3 nights and not drink, and I sleep like shit. I don't go to sleep. I'm up longer. So I drink. I have a margarita every night. No sugar in the margarita. No mix or anything, that has sugar. Although the bullshit in the non-sugar drinks probably converts to sugar in your body. But I find that I go to sleep better. And then I get up, what you need to realize, like me getting up at 4:30, I get up with no alarm. This morning I saw the alarm at 4:30. I saw the clock at 4:30. I saw the clock at 4, and then I saw the clock at 4:30. And then I heard the alarm go off at 5, and I got up at 5. My intention was to get up. It's just that, it's that bitch voice, right? Is it that I need more sleep? I don't know. Sometimes on the weekends I'll sleep in till 2 o'clock, but I won't go to sleep. Like I look forward to the weekends because I don't have to go to bed early. That's like I'm kind of like a kid that way. Like when it's Friday and we're not going anywhere Saturday, I'll stay up till 3 a.m, but I'll get up at noon or 2 o'clock. But Sunday I can't do that. I have to be in bed earlier, otherwise I'll be fucked up. My schedule would be off more. But I mean, I catch up on sleep sometimes. And even the weekends where we get up early and we'll drive to Nashville, if I need to sleep, I'll just fall asleep in the car. My body will go to sleep when I need to go to sleep. I have no problem falling asleep these days. Good. And so this has been happening for a few months, right? And I didn't realize that Amanda had halved my dose on my testosterone when I load it, right? So I'm supposed to be taking testosterone every other day, but I was taking it twice a week. So I've raised my testosterone, and I think my sleep is a little better, right? When your testosterone level is correct, you'll have more energy, you will thought process faster, you'll have less brain fog, but you will think quicker, and you'll sleep better. Safest place to buy silver. I'm in some groups on Facebook, and the beauty of these groups on Facebook, I've never seen other groups do it like this. You post something for sale, and you'll ask, hey, anybody give me references? And you'll get 15, 20 people like, yeah, I bought from him. Plus, when you're in the group and you click the dude's name, you'll see all of his prior posts, and you will see all the people that bought his silver. If you click and the dude doesn't have any other posts or no references, like they do just a reference check on each other. Hey, can you give me some references? And a bunch of dudes will jump on. Or the guy buying goes, BIN, which is buy it now, right? I'll buy it now. I'll buy this many. Pending references. And then dudes will jump on and go, I'll vouch for him. I'll vouch for him. So there's a history in there. I don't know why other Facebook groups don't do that, like all the gear buying groups and shit. I buy Facebook off there. If you buy it local, or even if you buy it out of state from AppMex or Scottsdale or any of those places, you pay sales tax. Person to person, you don't pay sales tax. You can pay Venmo, you can pay Cash App, you can pay PayPal. Most of them take crypto. They'll take a personal check. The bigger guys will take a personal check. They'll run a credit card if you want. You can pay literally however you want. And those are just some groups on Facebook that I'm in. Volunteer firefighter with a UDT guy. He was a human alarm clock with a bunk room, no shit. He hated alarms or on duty nights. Got it. How old are you, Brian? A UDT guy, huh? My sleep struggles in fall, winter. Well, it's supposed to. You're supposed to change like the circadian rhythm, right? Too. And what is your circadian rhythm? Like when does your body want to go to sleep and when do you want to get up? So if your sleep pattern and your body needs 5 hours of sleep, right? But your body wants to go to sleep at 8 o'clock and get up at 1 a.m., but you're going to sleep at 12 o'clock and getting up at 5 a.m., that might not be your place. You ever notice you kind of wake up and then when you go back to sleep, what the fuck happened here? You ever notice that when you wake up and then you go back to sleep and then you're fucking like tired the rest of the day? But when you get up, when you're supposed to get up, or when you think you're supposed to get up, you're good the rest of the day with way less sleep. But if you get a little more sleep, you're fucked up. You ever notice that? Valerian root is good for sleep. I think that we should all have a poisons greenhouse, right? Grow all the nightshades. There's a couple awesome ones around. You can buy all those fucking things that are considered to be toxic or sedatives or poisonous. You can buy every one of those plants and grow them yourselves. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good night. If you guys haven't seen our cigar cases, we have cigar cases available and shipping. I have injectables pouches available and shipping. I have EDC pocket organizers shipping already. So if you guys want one of those, now is a great time to get them with no wait. And I have some EDC pouches left. We ran a ton of knife portfolios. I have our knife watch roll-ups. I've got them in 5-cell and 7-cell. I have some 308 micros. I have a few left. I've got Coyote and OD. I have OD and I have black subgun micros. And I have some Coyote cop rigs. Those are available right now to ship immediately. I also have a Typhon 12-gauge micro. These all came out of just dead orders and just stuff we'd pulled for photos and stuff, and they just got put back out here on the floor. The injectable was a target to carry T-shots. The injectable, was it targeted to carry? No, it's for battlefield drugs. It just happens it'll carry T-shots. A lot of guys talking about carrying testosterone injections in the pouch. A lot of those guys probably don't have testosterone injections, or they're doing it old school, right? We used to pull it out of a big vial and we'd put it in a big fucking syringe, and you'd have a big ass fucking needle that you jam in your ass cheek. I like to inject into my lats or my delt, my rear delt, or tricep, right? I inject into my belly now, like my love handles on my side or my belly. I shave everything. So if you have hair follicles, if you have hair on your belly, that's why you inject on your love handles, because you don't want that follicle to get infected. But I don't travel long enough that I carry test with me. I'll shoot the day before we're leaving, and then I'll shoot the night we come back or whatever. We're usually only out of town, for 2 days. And then you just don't have to have the conversation about it if ever you did. I mean, it's never a problem until it's a problem. Do you want to carry a prescription? I mean, I guess, whatever. Anyways, the needles I use are very small insulin syringes. I can jam them right in, and you could take that needle and fucking put it into my love handles, and I wouldn't even know you've put it in me. It's very small. Still doing bio-T? I don't know what that is. Your REM cycle, exactly. So when is your REM cycle, and how do you time your REM cycle? How do you know when that is? And they've got monitors. I mean, fuck, your phone knows everything you're doing. If you put a fucking smart ring or smartwatch on, it'll track all that shit too. There's apps for all that stuff. Oh, the pellets. No, I'm not using any pellets. I'm using just injectable. I don't remember. I don't know if I'm using cypionate or enanthate right now. I think I'm using cypionate. And Clomid. I was using HCG. They just made it illegal to use compounding HCG, which meant any pharmacy could basically make it. There was a compounding pharmacy. And you could buy it for, I don't know, $100 for 30 days, right? And they made it illegal. You can still get HCG, not from a compounding pharmacy. So that means you're paying $300 a month now for it. Once a week is a pain in my ass. On sauce, all 3 tests, only 1 IU a week of all 3 shots. Are you injecting IM like old school, like big fucking muscle? I inject every other day, man, and I'm injecting 0.4. I don't know what I'm. My test level when I test out when I'm running right, I'm at about 1200, and I have a high available. Ice bath works great. So the ice bath, right? How long you want to target and continue to get longer and longer. I take a shower, and at the end of the shower, I make it cold-ish, and then I creep it down. But how long do you need to stay in the cold water for there to be an advantage to the cold water? Raymond, what's up, buddy? Such shitty time zone differences, yeah. I have a medicine woman in Colorado that hooks me up with sleep drops. That's awesome. I was 18. He was late 40s, maybe 50s. Right on, man. Right on. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good night.